Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary from Mary Matthews Handmade, and this is my crafting vlog number 21. Wow, key of the door. Welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Mary and I live in a very small cottage in West Sussex, which is in the very southeast of England, and it is just beautiful here at the moment. We have had a few days of just glorious sunshine, so nice and chilly in the morning still, but just beautiful. So as you can see, I've been in the garden. We've got daffodils and snowdrops coming out all over the place, so it has been just beautiful. So how are we doing? I must say, just before we start, I want to give a huge thank you to Margaret. So Margaret made my day last week and she bought me a coffee. So I do have a Ko-fi account down below, so it's entirely up to you. There is no pressure ever to buy me a coffee, but she did, the first one ever, so I was absolutely made up. So thank you very much, Margaret. Now, she did struggle to find where the button is. So if you're not used to YouTube, then down here, I believe on this side of the screen, just below where I am, there should be a little arrow pointing down here. Now if you click on that, then all the information, I put all my contact info, anything that I've tagged. So when I say I've tagged that down below, you need to click that little button like this and it will open. All this information will become clear. Okay, so I've got email, my Facebook, Etsy, all of that information is down below. Okay, now also, since last week I have become monetized here on YouTube, which is good for me. Now they do then add adverts. Now I know some of you find that a pain. I do click the option to just skip through, but if you can watch those adverts just for like a minute or so, you will do me a huge favour. Now just sort of like click it on, go have a wee, go and get chocolate biscuit or a coffee or something, make yourself comfortable, and then it'll be time for me to start. So if you could watch those adverts, you will, you know, be helping this channel. You'll be supporting me and it doesn't cost you anything, just a couple of minutes of your time. So that's the announcements. So what have I been up to? I have been very busy. Now if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you will see that I have opened my new gifty shop. The gift shop is called Carol Lee and Me, so you can find me on Instagram or Facebook as that, and it's literally separate from Mary Matthews Handmade. It's a shop where I'm going to put in my handmade products, and I'm also now got a supplier. It's Sass and Bell, so I'm going to be selling some of their products. It's just quirky homewares. So you've seen my mugs before. This is one of the mugs that I'm selling. I love this. So what I like is it's huge, so you can get loads of coffee or tea in here, and it just amuses me in the morning because that's how I feel in the morning. I have also, bear with me, this is Frida. They do lots of Frida merchandise. So you've got a cup and a saucer. So these are all hand painted. Now Sass and Bell is a London based company, but I do believe they supply all over the world. So I've just bought in a few items from their trade site so that I can sell alongside my handmade gifts, because I have had a little shop before. It's very hard if you're making everything yourself. So that's just a little notebook there. It's hard work if you're making everything yourself to keep stocked up. Just a little notebooks I'll be selling. Some planters that I haven't got just at the moment, but what I do love just from them, sorry this isn't crafty, but it's just I'm excited about it, are these. Now these are storage suitcases, so you can use them, people use them actually as like teddy bear beds or doll beds, but they are like one inside the other. That's a particularly nice pattern, that one. And then you've got another one here. And then there's another little one inside. So these are fab. People just stack them up just for decoration or use them as storage boxes. You can put loads of yarn in here. Have them as little crafty kits, maybe you can put in those. So I'm going to be selling that sort of thing. It's just quirky, colourful, alongside my handmade gifts. So what shall I show you first? So last week I did show you my wreath, but I hadn't put the cloud on. So there you go. I've trimmed all the pom-poms and I've made it cloudy, so it's a bit sort of like off-centre, a bit more cloud-like. And I've put a metal hoop on the back, so that's ready for hanging. So I'm selling that in my shop. And I have made some coasters, so I haven't put them together completely because I use these lovely tags whenever I'm selling anything. They all match. They're from the Knotty Boss, and you can find her on Etsy. She does tags. You've seen my cloths. I think she did the face scrubbies, all that. They all match. So if I just take that out, which makes it look quite nice and professional. So I've done colourful coasters. And these are one of my favourite patterns from Bella Coco, and she does such an easy to follow tutorial here on YouTube. So I've done them all these gorgeous colours, so these will be perfect for Mother's Day. You can see I'm trying to make things match as well. So there are some shopper bags to go alongside these Frida shopper bags. Or I think they're pink actually with green. Oh, I don't know. You'll see them. You'll see them on my social media. So I'm sort of like trying to keep everything the similar colours. I also have, because I've just opened, I'm having a giveaway. So if you click over to Instagram for Carol Lee and me, there is quite a fantastic giveaway when I'm offering. So I'm offering one of these mugs, one of those, so you could use that. If you didn't want to use it as a mug, I have seen that people use them as little planters. Okay, so a nice green leafy plant coming out there if you don't want to use it as a mug, because they're hand wash and some people don't like anything that's hand wash. What else was there I was giving away? So you're going to get a book this fabulous bunting that I made last year. So each triangle has a tassel, a flower and a button in these lovely rainbow colours. And I think I was also giving the pink frilly coaster that I made in one of the tutorials. So all of that is in a giveaway over on either my Instagram or Facebook. Now if you can't find Carol Lee and me, it's because it's very small at the moment, just click on Mary Matthews Handmade. Again, I'll link all that information below, and then I've been sharing the posts on that, so you can just click over and enter that competition. It's a giveaway. It will end this Sunday, which will be the 7th. So I will draw a winner at 6 p.m. this Sunday. Okay, so you could win all these colourful things. Now, apart from that, whips. I think there's only one work in progress, which is a baby blanket, which I did show you last week. I just put that down there. I think, what did I get to? I think I got to the yellow. Now I've added the pink. So what I'll be doing is another row of those bobbles. And then I've got another dusky pink, I think here, darker pink, another sort of purple colour. So it's going to be pinks, yellows, purple and green. So nice floral colours, and that's going to be a baby blanket. But I think that's the only whip that I have. Obviously, the admin for setting up a shop took up quite a bit of time last week, but we did, at the weekend, we were watching the rugby. We were rubbish. So, but during the rugby, so I watched 2 games, just enough time to crochet up one of these fabulous thin scarves. Now it's long and thin. I like to wrap them around. So I found this James C. Brett. Now I've had a ball of this left over from a shawl that I made about a couple of years ago, so there wasn't really enough left to make anything substantial. So, you know, I was just sitting there looking at it thinking what a lovely colour. So this is James C. Brett Chunky Weight. I think it's called something marble, or is it just called James C. Brett Marble? I'm going to check, and then I'll link it below. They don't actually give their colours names, they just give them a colour, so I'm going to check which colour that is, because you can see it's fantastic. It's got all those sea blues and greens, bit of lime green in there. It is rather lovely, I must admit, but I had enough just to do one of these thin scarves. Now all I've done is just chain the length that I wanted to go round me. So I like them to wrap around a couple of times, and then all I did was UK trebles, that's US doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows, just working in the back loops so you get that nice ribbed effect. And then what I'm going to do, as I have cinched in each end, what I'm going to do is maybe a little bit bigger, add a funky pom-pom on each end. So it's a nice scarf for spring because it's quite thin, so it's not going to be too warm, but I just like to have it draping down so it's nice and long. You can just wear that if you've just got a sweatshirt or jumper or something like that on. It's just a lovely colour. Oops, it's all wrapped up. It's just a nice colour. and it sort of changes when it catches the light. So I will link that yarn down below. But that's what I did when I was watching the rugby. Very frustrating. If you're English, you'll know. So that's what I've been making. Now this week is going to be the week when I show you how to make our purses. So I don't know if you've got your clasps ready, but just a reminder, you can get these on Amazon. Make sure you do get your clasps with the holes in, because we're going to be sewing the purse into place. I'm not, as I said last week, I'm not overly confident if you just glue them, so make sure you have them with the holes in. But that will be a tutorial later on this week, and that's going to be a perfect gift for Mother's Day. Now hopefully as well next week I'm going to give you a sewing tutorial to make a stand-up pouch. I'm going to show you how to line it and make a zip, so that's going to be nice for maybe a makeup bag, something like that. So just remember, it is Mother's Day in just under 2 weeks time. So I've been looking through my tutorials. We have the face scrubbies, they would be ideal. Obviously the tissue covers, they would be a nice idea. Maybe do your cotton cloths, and then I have the tutorial how to put a nice frilly border on. Now I was looking through some photographs that I had in my little shop from a few years ago, and I remember making these. Now I do in my Vlogmas have a tutorial for the Pincushions with the button in the middle, so I'll link that one down below. But this is a fabulous idea. Very, very simple. You need to have a hot glue gun. So what you do here, so you can see that's cups and saucers. So you could use, whoops, like a cup and saucer and add here, or you could just use a mug or anything really that you can actually put a nice bit of wadding in. Now if I was going to fill this cup with a pincushion, what I'd need to do is cut a round of fabric, okay, and the fabric you would just do like tacking stitches all the way around the edge and then pull, so it pulled that sort of wodgy bit in, and then you would tie it, okay, fill this with stuff in, then tie at the bottom, do a few knots, and then you would hide all the knots below, because what I do is hot glue gun the bottom of that cup, push the pincushion down, and then it would stick into place. Then you hot glue gun the cup to the saucer, and then what I did with these, what you can do is add just some dried flowers. I've got silk roses here. You could do your crocheted flowers, and they just made quite little quirky pincushions, so that would be a nice idea for Mother's Day. So if you've got any quick make ideas, then do pop some comments down below. I'm sure we could all do with some more ideas. Now that's all I have to show you, but I have had a couple of small purchases. Now this first one I absolutely love. Okay, now this is, if you can see, this is made of polymer clay. There's 2 parts, and these are needle keepers. Okay, so they're magnetic. So if you're using needles and pins, you just attach them to your magnet. I mean, just even if you just put them around the area, they just cling on to those. But if you can see that fantastic sunflower and the little bee, can you see that? And then this little part here is a little button. and these have been made by Pedros Plaques and Pretty things. So I will leave their link down below because that's quite a mouthful. And you can find them on Etsy, and I've wanted one of these for such a long time, so I did treat myself. But they again would make a fabulous gift for Mother's Day if your mum's into sewing or anything that you need needles and pins for. And the other small purchase, you may have seen these on my social media. Because I take lots of pictures, I like very often to have little cards in the background. I love these ones. They've got little sayings on. Yarn addict, that's us. What's that one? Yarny friends are the best kind of friends. So I like to just put them around the house, put them in my craft area, use them in my photographs, and then when I'm a bit bored of them, I just use them as cards to send through the post. So you can get quirky postcards from Lanaboushop, and she does cards and she also does stickers with very similar sort of quotes and sayings on. A nice cheap way of adding a spot of colour somewhere, or sending them through the post with a nice little message on. That's rather lovely. So that's me done, I'm afraid, for this week. Nice and short and sweet. But as I say, we've been out enjoying the sunshine. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's amazing how it uplifts everybody. Everybody's smiling. It's, you know, it's not the same when it's pouring down with rain and you're just like head down, rushing to and fro. People are stopping, saying hello. Now an update COVID wise here. We are still in total lockdown for the rest of this week. Next Monday, I believe all the kids are going back to school, where they are in England, and we're allowed to meet up with one other person outside of our household and sit and have coffee on a park bench, in a park, wherever, you know, there's space, so we can still be 2 meters apart. And then I believe by the end of this month we can meet up. There's going to be the rule of 6. I think it's the rule of 6 or 2 separate families. Well, I'm not sure now. That's how clear it is. No, it's very clear. I'm just a bit dim. So, you know, we're going in the right direction anyway, so it's all looking positive here. So do let us know what situation you are in at the moment, COVID-wise. So that's me done for this week. Don't forget to look out for that purse tutorial later on this week. I do hope that wherever you are, you're keeping nice and busy, you're keeping safe, you're keeping well. Please do give me a thumbs up. Just leave a comment down below. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button, and I will see you here next week. Bye bye.